I always try to pour
Hey, we're live. What's up, everybody? How's it going? We're fucking robots, apparently.
We're fucking
How is
robots.
everybody today? I hope you're all doing
that's
good.
not new, but
As you can see, we are minus a Hell's Corp today as he's dealing with some personal shit. So it's just going to be the three of us for this travel thing. I figured out a way to work that out. No biggie. So, couple quick things. Couple little bit of fucking housekeeping coming in. What's up, Peter? What's up?
I'm not having sex with any robot.
That's good. I will not be either. We'll leave it to these fucking degenerates here. Perfect.
find more robots for us.
Where's unnamed intern when you need
all
him?
the robots.
Oh no, dude. A couple updates. So next week is going to be our last session for a little bit. We're going to take probably about 2 or 3 weeks off while I'm dealing with a moving situation, getting all that shit dealt with, setting up the new space so y'all can enjoy it. I'm really excited for that. So I'm looking like I'm gonna be back on the 10th of April, maybe the 3rd if things all go well. So it'll be a nice 2-3 week break. Give me some time to prep the next arc. We're kind of coming into that right now. Preamble a little bit. Other than that, Robot D&D Shame Strips. Facts. That's just you. You could just said it. A lot. Oh, no, I appreciate it. Yeah, so other than that, nothing really new or exciting going on. We got the move going. I'm going to be streaming tomorrow and Thursday here. We're doing a, say goodbye to the space stream on Sunday night where we're going to be doing some drinking. I got some rum. I got some champagne that I never opened on New Year's. So we're going to just be having a little fun with that. And then the last stream in this apartment will be our last D&D game on the 13th or 14th, whatever day it is. I think it's the 13th. And then we'll just take a little bit of time off until I'm ready to come back and settle into the new space. In the meantime, I'll just be recommending other people's content and probably not doing a lot of streaming myself. I will be spending that time to prep some YouTube stuff too, and maybe put together some runs for some YouTube stuff. We'll see what happens there. What's that? Other than that, oh yeah, Chris, our good friend Stanislav the Shiny here, has officially signed on to join our new campaign on Sunday nights as a kind of a carryover. He's going to be stepping into the shoes of the party cleric for our spooky haunted jungle run. It's going to be good times. We're really looking forward to it. I think I'm going to hold off on finding a fourth, and we're just going to run a 3-man party for a few sessions, and we're going to bring a fourth in a little later on if we feel it's necessary. We'll see. What's up, Hellspawn? Welcome in. All hail Mogus. Praise be to Mogus, of course. I think that's about it.
He's mine. He's mine.
You can't gatekeep Mogus from the world, okay, Peter?
Call me Mogus.
Oh no, dude. Oh
Little
no.
baby Mogus.
Baby Mogus. Oh god. Okay, perfect. So, unless anyone else has any announcements they'd like to get out, anything you guys are doing. I know you guys don't do the whole stream and social media things all that much, other than. All right, what's up, Peter?
Praise Mogan.
Yes. Yeah, please. Just got to get that off your chest. Got to get that off the chest. All right. So, a quick recap before we move into the session for today. Last we left off the party, having returned to the town of Southwatch, spent a couple weeks just going through some downtime, improving themselves. Stanislav found religion. Mantuka found himself a championship belt in the fighting divisions. And Gregory helped dig some latrine pits. Arguably the most practical help that happened. You actually handled
I'm digging a hole.
Yeah, basically.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa. Well, that's too damn bad.
You keep digging! Yeah, I love that movie. It's so good. It's so good. Anyway, Mr. Maker spent some time in the basement fiddling with some contraptions. After Linax was left bleeding on your table, seemingly recovered and from his very near-death experience, fitted with a newly enchanted prosthetic arm by Mr. Maker himself, one that functions completely as a regular human hand would. Like, literally no difference whatsoever. It's made of metal, so it's arguably cooler. We got some Winter Soldier action going on. The party, upon learning that the Hushroot tribe had been all but annihilated and those survived, chained, brought to the mines to work until they die, the party quickly decided that it was in their best interest to put other things on hold and solve this problem as quickly as possible. Okay, Kieran hit an exclamation point, D100. And we'll see what the weather is today. It's a 1. You rolled a 1. That is arguably the best. Nothing changes. The weather is completely consistent. It's 100. If you roll 98 to 100, that's when the bad shit happens, and then
not another
it
hurricane.
decreases in severity from there. So with a 1, I do believe we had a light rain going, so it's kind of just damp. The morning you're planning to leave, there's a light rain happening. It's a very rainy summer. So, should have told me. Fair enough. Anyway.
I cast rain, go away.
Doesn't work that way, unfortunately. You gotta be a druid for that.
Yep.
Control weather, dude. That's an actual thing. You're getting there. You'll get there eventually. So the party brainstormed a few more outlandish ideas to get themselves to the Magus Imperium, even considering going all the way to Highguard to find someone who is capable of teleporting them, until Lynax suggested perhaps is traveling in disguise as a trade caravan. Pretty common thing in the Magus Imperium. So the party, kind of deciding that might have been the best bet, spent the rest of the session working on some disguises for themselves, and I believe Gregory was working on a disguise for our carriage. So briefly, if you guys want to go over real quick how you've disguised yourself, what you've done, paint yourself a word picture. If you have to make it up on the spot, just do it. Go ahead, Stanislav.
I believe I had, because I got a disguise kit, so I have just kind of like some very plain, like beige clothes over my armor, of course, but everything's like well hidden. And I believe I'm like blue now.
I think you either blued or purplified. I think
I didn't purplify
because that's
my
your
brother's
brother.
purple.
Yeah, so that's pretty right.
I
Okay,
think I blued.
We got a blue tiefling.
Blued.
I
got excited because I like blue tieflings.
I do believe we have a blue tiefling.
I like
if I was green, I would die.
No.
If I ban you from the call and kick you out, I have to physically start a new one before you can rejoin. So I'm not going to do that. But know that I'm thinking about it. Know that I am fucking considering it.
That was almost as good as the decapitated cart.
Oh, God.
Oh, and Ikesh is just like a normal ass brown horse.
Yep.
Still same size and stuff.
Fairly large. Looks like a shire horse, a little more than a war horse at this point. Mantuka. Perfect. How did you just disguise yourself for the trip? What did you end up doing?
Mantuka's, he switched his leather harness up to mock the Imperium. Well, the Minotaur that would work with the Imperium. Mm-hmm. So it's mostly like a leather thong and some crisscross, like anti-nipple chafing harness.
Yeah, you gotta protect the nipples from the sun. Nothing is worse than sunburn on the nips. For sure. You managed to make yourself into a fairly convincing looking Minotaur mercenary, which, like, not a very hard transition for you, considering that's basically how you've been living your life for the last few, ever. It's basically all you've ever known.
We all have our gifts, yeah. We all have our gifts.
Yours is being an absolute
chameleon.
Not that
Stanislav
kind of leather.
Slaps your ass, looking good, big guy.
I don't think it's like the leather thong you're thinking of, Kieran, but maybe it is. I don't know. I'll leave that up to your imagination. Gregory, what about you? What are you doing to blend in on this journey?
Oh, well, if things get really dicey, I have a little buddy to help me, but I just have a really thick hood over my head, and the cart's all... I looked up the colors that are most notable with Imperium, and just added a lot of that. So it's just, you see a lot of very... Yeah, a lot of purple, just like varying shades, different lengths, just all over the top. Mm-hmm. Very, it's just, think carny. Think very cheap
haphazardly thrown together carnival cart. I get it. That works for me. So, as you're all prepping, Lynax, who is, well, it's hard to look like anyone but himself at this point. Right side, he's suffered some pretty grievous wounds, and is more or less unrecognizable. How did you even get in here, Fruit Fly? There's no food in here. What the fuck? Pretty unrecognizable from how he looked before. No longer wearing the identifiable armor of the Hushroot tribe. He seems to be wearing just a basic kind of like chainmail leather armor. Looks like he's kind of going the same route as Mantuka, dressing as like a mercenary, someone who would be escorting these goods while you guys are all getting your setup and preparing the carriage. Kagon, your kind of patron here who gave you the space to work in, has hired your party to work for him. There are a number of clandestine activities. Has seemingly been doing some work on the side. He enters the house with 3 individuals. You see a fairly stout-looking male dwarf with like a scraggly, very unkept beard, kind of unstereotypical for a dwarf. It's not well trimmed, it's not braided, it's just kind of out there. Next, you see what appears to be a fairly short-looking human, wearing no armor whatsoever, just simple traveler's robes. Looks to be in a bout. I'd probably say late 20s, early 30s. And lastly, you see a very small gnomish individual coming in behind this person, kind of hanging like right by the coattails a little bit. If anyone wants to, go ahead and roll me a perception or insight check on these individuals. Go ahead. How's it going, Citrus? Welcome in, buddy.
Just straight.
Straight insight or perception, your choice, yeah.
Alright. They're both really not... Oh, perception's way better. Boom! Dirty 20, DM.
So both of the people with 20s, you just looking at these people, they are dressed like tradespeople. The only one who really gives you that vibe off the first look is the woman, who looks like she's probably the actual trader of the group. The dwarf definitely carries himself like a little sturdier, looks like someone who maybe has a little combat experience. You do see a short sword attached at his waist. And then on the gnome, you just see what looks to him would be considered a longbow, probably a short bow for the rest of you. But for all case and purposes, does have a longbow and a quiver of arrows strapped to his pack. You notice one eye is kind of milky white and glazed over, and the other just has this bright blue iris. And as you're just looking at him, you can see his eyes darting around, kind of taking in all of this. Can I give the disadvantage to player? No, you can't. That's just for me. Sorry. That's just for... God damn it. God damn it, Manduka. But like the one blue eye he has that's looking around, you see it just taking in all the details. This definitely looks like he's maybe a scout of some kind. Definitely a very observant individual. But they all carry themselves with someone who has, like, people who have a fair amount of experience traveling. Kegon says, right, so I got you these lot. They're going to be traveling with you. That's the leader. That's the driver. And that's your scout. They've worked for us before. They know the drill. And a little more convincing as tradespeople than you lot, no offense.
Untaken.
I mean, you look alright, little guy, but, he looks at Stanislav. You still stand out a little bit.
Fair.
The dwarf kind of, so what is it we're doing exactly? Where do you need us to go? I kind of leans over. Just escorting them through... Oh, why did I go to a southern accent on that one? Anyway, just escorting them through the mountains, that's all. Nothing major. If you see any trouble, see any roadblocks, go through them. You're normal tradespeople going about your business, and they're here to escort you. That may be the little boy. He might just be traveling with you as a ride along. I don't know. I'll let you all come up with that.
Darn tootin'.
These are the folks
He's actually 35. He just looks young.
I don't...
Baby Gregory.
I don't believe that for a second. But...
Oh,
so
I was
you're
hoping
gonna...
for maybe a second. That would have been okay.
A split second, Gregory. I'm sorry. Anyway, you're going to be traveling with them.
I'll take it.
I got some business to tend to. Good luck. Try to make it back in one piece, if you make it back at all. I'm gonna go see about making some room for some refugees if you're actually successful.
Sounds like a good plan.
Sure we can find some place.
Yeah.
He just kind of doesn't waste time with a second goodbye, kind of just turns and out the door.
Man on a mission.
The other three kind of awkwardly stand there, and the dwarf comes up to you. All right, which one of you is the leader?
I look to Stan.
I guess that's me.
Right? What are you good at? What can you do for us?
Well,
How much time do you have? Jeez.
I know where we're going. I grew up in the Imperium, so shouldn't be a problem with that.
That's a start.
Very good at fighting.
Also useful. He looks at the Minotaur, and then you see on the look on his face, like he doesn't need to ask what it is you're here for. And you, little fella.
I can make myself...
Nervous breakdown!
He's a box full of tricks.
That's the best way to describe it, yeah. I've got a lot of
like
little
a
things.
scorpion.
Alright, fair enough.
Scorpion trick.
Scorpion trick. Well, we're going to a desert, that makes sense. Alright. Do you guys have any plans? Anything you need to do before we go?
Oh.
I was told I should purchase some healing potions.
Yeah,
it's not a bad idea.
That might be a good idea. You never know. Ideally, we make it through this without any trouble. But I can't promise anything. And if trouble shows up, well, it might be best for us all to run.
Running sounds like a good idea. Yeah, trouble.
Oh, I like to kill things.
All right, well, you stay back and kill things while we run then.
Praise Magus.
Praise. Who?
Depends on the type of trouble.
Stanny, you get advantage from JT as a welcome to the next party for the other campaign. There you go, buddy. There you go, buddy. Kayla gifting us. Oh, we love to see it. Thank you, Kayla. Can we get a shout out for Kayla, please, while we got mods here? Where was I? I got distracted. Brain fart moment. Anyway, I've got a couple more things I need to do about town. So how about we meet back here in 2 hours? If there's anything you need to do, go do it now. And we'll hit the road when you get back. Sound good?
Sounds great. Yeah.
Right. Won't be long. He leaves. The other two kind of just grab a seat at the table, grab like a little bit of food from the cupboards, kind of just like helping themselves to a piece of bread. The woman's like, "You don't mind if we help ourselves, do you? Good, cool, thanks." Doesn't even give you a second to respond. The gnome, you notice, hasn't spoke a word this whole time. He seems like, you don't know if he's like mute per se, but he just does not seem very keen on dialogue. He's not a very talkative individual from what you're picking up. He like at all times you see him just taking in the room and all the details around there.
I figure it takes him about twice as long as normal to get the depth perception.
Wow. You guys are so good. Linax is like, alright, well, if that's all, I will gonna rest up for a little bit before we head out. Still not feeling up completely myself. He goes,
"Oh my god, just get over it already. It's been like 4 days. Christ."
I got
The
here.
Mantuka.
I got here.
He lost his arm.
He has another one.
Right.
And then he got a fake new one.
You're not
He's
wrong.
doing
Really
better than
cool.
before.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of my friends are dead and whatnot, but sure. Yeah, sure. I'm doing a lot better, big man. Can't just
It
like...
is the Middle Ages. Of course it's fucking better. We'll all die when we're 30. We don't get gangrene. Funny buck.
Speak for yourself, Minotaur.
Dysentery.
He just flips his fucking hair back over his long, pointed, pure elven ears.
Oh yeah.
Oh, and for those of you who don't know, like the whole elves die at 800 years old in 50. I did no. We took that out. They're basically immortal. They're very Lord of the Rings.
Forever being.
Yeah, they're very like LOTR style elves. I don't agree. Like elf dies in 800 years. Fuck off with that shit. I don't like that. I don't like it.
No, that's turtles. Fuck off.
Fucking turtles, dude. So he goes back into the room and closes the door behind him. He gathers. He's just getting a little bit of rest. So, what is the party doing to prepare for their journey? That is, we have our disguises all laid out. We're ready to go. Stanny, you're already basically in full costume. Mantuka doesn't look all that different. Just a couple extra leather harnesses here and there. And then Gregory's just wearing very standard traveler's attire. So,
Well, who's going to get the potions?
Mantuka?
I have 400. I gotta go.
Oh,
All right, I will give you my remaining 12 gold.
Yeah. Mantuka, I'll give you 50. 50 gold, yeah.
Why don't I just use my 400 and you keep your 12 and you keep your 50?
Just use it all. Make it happen. Make it happen, big guy.
Look, I feel bad for throwing that axe into the ocean when you may have been able to use it. Just take it, please.
I feel like at the end of the day, any sort of negotiation is going to be best with you.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I graciously take Stanny's 12 gold
Oh, I can't wait for
and
this shit.
Baby Gregory's 50.
Sounds
and
good.
I put it with mine.
Alrighty. So, just to, where are you going? Are you going to the general stop to see, what's his name? The fucking, oh god.
No, go to that the special.
Yeah, there is a potion shop as well. It's up to you.
Can I roll insight to see if I know
Absolutely.
the better spot?
Sure, go ahead.
Full disclosure, my insight's garbage, but
Yeah, you're not all that smart either.
I feel like it's an appropriate roll.
Guidance.
17. Oh, 17 plus 4.
plus
D4.
D4.
I could do that.
Oh, yeah.
It's not super
You want me to roll
necessary. It's not necessary. Let's just
Okay,
take the
cool.
average and assume you're gonna roll a certain way. Let's go with that. So we're just gonna,
Yeah.
with a 17 is
4.
already more than enough. So, You do know that there are two places here that you're able to buy healing potions. One is Servant Stash, run by Servant at 3M, the very small gnomish individual who very much changes his accent based on his clientele coming in, and is a little
guy overcharges.
Overcharges and a little pretentious. You also know that there is a apothecary or potions area called the Rusty Cauldron, which was actually designed by Kieran in chat, and is run by a fairly friendly gnomish individual named Snogs Kringleson.
Well, I clearly need to go to that one. I gotta go to Rusty. It's like...
I didn't even come up with that one, dude. That wasn't even me.
Let's get snuggy.
Okay, so easily done. You make your way over to the Rusty Cauldron, which, if we pull up the town map here, where is Southwatch? I have way too many maps on here now.
The Rusty Cauldron is in like the southwest part of town.
Yeah, it's in very bottom.
Along the middle part of the gate.
Yeah, so
the wall, yeah.
If you guys are looking at that now, the Rusty Cauldron's right there. It's kind of just tucked right there. As you make your way to it, you do find this kind of like large circular building with kind of supports running up the sides. It looks like it's made of stone with a very simple thatch roof. The door is it's a little weathered, but well made. It's sturdy. You approach it and open it. It is not locked. They are open this morning. And you go in and you'd find, just like as you enter, there's like a series of various herbs and other stuff hanging about the building. It has a very like rich, natural, kind of like almost floral scent here. Like there's just like this lingering scent of fresh herbs on the air. You see potions just set up over all of these different shelves of varying color, varying sizes. You don't know what they all do, but you do very quickly pick up the section that's labeled potions of healing, and you see 3 shelves all with different potions on them that all, while they are all a very similar color, the lower or the higher up on the shelf, you get the kind of darker red they're becoming.
Outstanding.
Doesn't appear like anyone is in right now. It's definitely open, so there's probably someone kicking around, but doesn't seem like anybody is aware that someone has come into the shop.
So I'm gonna walk in and go to the front counter, and I'm going to like not stomp like to like be obnoxious, but a nice little light tap with one of our hooves. Kind of like as if you're kind of like knocking at the counter.
Basically like a door knocker. You hear a sound from out back, just this like, it sounds like someone's pouring something into another liquid or taking a piss. You don't know. And then you just hear a poof, and you hear fuck. And then the individual comes out with these like slight kind of, just like this kind of sooty look on his face.
Like the kid from Harry Potter who always gets face exploded.
Yeah, he's like, he's very, very Seamus. Yeah, no.
Yeah, but, Seamus, right.
Yeah, I know my Harry Potter. But yeah, I know he comes out. His hair is kind of disheveled. He's this older, quite a bit older gnomish individual. He's quite old. You're familiar with him, you guys, I believe. Actually, I don't think Mantuka, you have met him yet. I think Mr. Maker and Stanny went in here, if memory serves. Yeah, because Mr. Maker fixed his robot, who actually, you notice, is not present. He does appear to be completely alone. He kind of comes out and he's like wiping some of the soot off his face. He says, yes, how may I help you? What can I do for you?
Hello, I would like to buy your finest healing potion.
Yeah.
Please don't spit on me.
No, I got a little ash in the nose. It's making me a little sneezy. It's no big deal. So you can see the healing potions right over there. Do you know what kind you want? What size you want? I can help you find it, but they're all right there and they're all labeled. How many you need?
There's 3 shelves?
Yep, 3 shelves. Based on... yeah, I guess you are not particularly magical. Meta-wise, they are labeled, and there's literally healing potion, greater healing potion, superior healing potion. There does appear to be a little bit like an empty shelf at the bottom that looks like it might have room for some even more powerful ones. You gather he just never bothered to make any. Because no one's really interested in spending.
Is there prices, or is this just like a French restaurant where you just read the menu and there's no prices?
No, you see on the list, it's like literally right on the sign there. The standard is 55 gold pieces. The greater is 150 gold pieces, and the superior appears to be about 400 to 450 gold pieces.
Our gold just bought a little one, sad. Yes.
Excellent. I'll grab 3 of the greater healing, the 150 ones.
Okay, go for it. So you go ahead and chalk that up. Cool. That'll be 450 gold, please. Thank you very much. He just holds open a bag.
Yeah, and then he just like takes out the gold and hands it over,
Okay, cool.
and thanks him, and then says adios, amigos.
No problem. Can I help you for anything else? Anything else you need? We got lots of stuff.
He's not like even acknowledging
Just
me,
just
like,
out the
walking
door.
out
Okay,
He made a
bye.
transaction.
Yeah,
Boom.
and then, like as you're leaving, the door slamming
you.
behind you. You say, okay, bye, and then the door slams, and you don't pick up anything else. Seemed like a friendly individual. So you are now holding 3 greater healing potions. Go ahead and add those to your inventory as you see fit.
Each one of you add one.
Okay, cool.
Oh, wonderful.
Stanny doesn't really need one. Just do the healing thing.
Well, then good. Don't add one. I'll keep it myself.
Okay.
I'll
What is
take
everyone
one.
else doing?
Stan.
What's up, Gregory?
Oh, listen, I pull out the bone mask. I have kind of been a little dodgy about this thing, but it talked to me the other day, and it was really cool. It seemed nice, not like a cursed item. Not, don't throw it off a cliff.
You got that from that tree back at I forget the name of that place, right?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. They kind of took me in for a long time. It was a nice place. So I did a lot of good feelings connected. But it's what I used to turn into the animals, right?
Mhm.
But now I can make more animals with it.
Oh, interesting. Like,
Yeah.
what are you talking about now?
I don't know yet. I want to
Oh.
I think I might want to try. So for the next little bit, I might disappear. I'm going to go hunt us some food. I think that's the best use of this power.
Maybe not during the day, but definitely at night would be good.
Oh. Why
Well-
not during... I think I can make things that can fly. How about some birds?
I mean, yeah, as long as we're not being watched, that's the important thing. They don't
It
see
is,
us
yeah.
doing
That
these
is
things.
true. Because...
We'll make sure of that first, though. But I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, because if you want to come and watch me do it, you'll see why you're right. That's a good idea. They're a little creepy.
I don't know, a little creepy.
I agree. Let's go.
And I'm just gonna like run outside and like go out and try and find someplace secluded.
Okay.
And
It's secluded is a little tricky to do. You're in
Well, let's
the
just head
middle
back
of
to the.
you're in the middle of a town. There are just a number of like farming fields, it's like cornfields and wheat as far as the eye can see. You could probably find somewhere private in there if you needed to.
Just head back to the house.
That too.
Oh,
Aren't we meeting them back there anyways soon?
yeah. I just was trying to think if I wanted to hunt a bunch of birds, I just go out maybe to the woods. Yeah, I'll be right back. Actually, and everything will be fine.
Alrighty, pal. I trust you.
I trust me, and then because you trust me, and I trust you.
I'm just like
Okay.
I'm just doing this to the mask, just like
Yeah, just ready. Yeah.
What are
Okay.
you waiting for?
So you're gonna scoot off to
I
somewhere
don't know
private.
yet.
Alright. Gregory just pew out the door. What are you doing? What's the plan here, buddy?
I'm gonna cast the conjure animals in the woods. As soon as I get to like even just 6-7 trees in, I'm just gonna like look up. If I see even one bird, just like one move, even a squirrel at this point.
Roll me a perception check, buddy. Or
Beautiful.
survival, your choice.
Oh yeah, I'm a little Boy Scout.
Yeah, it's like
Survival.
one's for like actively just seeing animals, one is like actively looking for signs and trails and stuff
Come
like that.
on, Boy Scout. Hey,
20 will do it. There's no shortage. You kind of less forest here and more just like sparsely placed section of trees that haven't quite been cut down yet near the fields. You do manage to find quite a few birds' nest up there. They look fairly plain. Nothing overly special about the birds in particular. You see like a nest that looks like it has a robin in it. That's about it. You see a woodpecker fly by and just start fucking giving her to a tree. What are you looking to do?
Fabulous.
I just do the cartoon skid in the ground. Stop. I'm still holding the mask, and I just
All right, recreate the situation.
go down, just cross my legs, hold the mask, and just say,
All right. let's just try keywords. I want to eat the things around me. I want to eat the things around me. I want to eat the things around me. And I just smash the bone down, mass down into the ground. And it's going to pop up into 16 giant wasps.
All of these wasps begin coming out of the ground where you stuffed this mask in. You're just manifesting out of like the back section where your face would go. And there is now just a swarm of wasps buzzing around you. None of them are stinging you though. They seem to be almost subservient to you at this point.
They all have those creepy red glow and bone masks.
Yeah, creepy masks.
Did you say giant wasps?
Little biggish. Small bird-sized, hummingbird-sized wasps. Yeah.
Just big motherfuckers. And then I guess as soon as I stop freaking out,
they kind of calm down as you do and start kind of like flying around you in these kind of like circles. And just...
Oh, this is gonna get interesting and fun and very weird very quick. I'm hungry.
And I'm going to command the wasps to go and kill all the animals within a 50-foot vicinity.
Okay. Do they have a stat block or something? Does the conjure animals come with a stat block, dude?
Yeah, I can conjure 8 at level 3 and double that at level 5. So I can do 16 giant wasps.
Okay.
And
it's basically
1d6 on hit. Plus
great.
4 to hit.
Yeah, so
3d6 poison damage.
Go ahead and roll me 3d20, please. Just 3. They're gonna split up into 3 groups. You got 16 of them.
3d20.
Into their different fire groups.
Yeah, there's 2 groups of 5 and 1 group of 6. 15. Okay, go ahead and roll
fire
15.
base.
Okay. Okay. So as you're sitting there and you're just like, you just kind of close your eyes, you start hearing this angry buzzing and then the frantic chirping of birds as corpses of birds just begin falling out of the nests in the trees and to your side.
Oh, that's fast. That was quick.
Just all begin falling over the floor. Then you notice the last group, the group of 6, kind of come up to this like rather aggressive looking squirrel who just starts fucking batting at them and then just darts off into the woods and escapes from your horde. You do manage to wipe out most of the birds in the surrounding trees, you sick motherfucker. Yeah, you're literally sitting there surrounded. There's like a circle of just dead birds and animals around you from your wasps. That's fucking fucked up. Let's start.
Come back.
They start just circling around you. Yeah, same as last time.
All right. Everybody, pick up a bird, and we'll take them home.
You see like the 3 groups kind of split up now and like going into groups of 2 or 3 and start picking up these birds that have fallen and died and they just start carrying them around working as a team. We're starting to push what this squad of wasps is going to be capable of. I'm allowing this because it's funny as shit.
They got a strength of 10. That's not terrible.
Strength of 10 is pretty good. Like, that's average.
It's a giant wasp.
These are medium beasts. Medium.
You can summon 16 of them?
That'd be like the size of like...
Dude, that's the size of a Rottweiler.
Yeah!
Technically, Stanislav is a medium beast, dude.
Yeah. Technically, Jesus
Definitely
Christ.
Mantuka's a fucking medium beast.
I view Mantuka almost as a large, but like for the sake of mechanic. Yeah,
Me too. Like,
I was picturing like tennis ball sized at
Me
most,
too!
but you are like Chihuahua sized.
So this is like
at
yeah,
minimum.
Yeah, let's make them...
Rottweiler.
Yeah,
we'll make them corgis.
Yeah, corgi sized wasps. It's fucked up, dude. The buzzing
Definitely
from
carry
wings
birds.
that be, yeah, no, they just start
Size.
picking up.
Oh,
the-
you'd go deaf.
Yeah, it's bzzz in your ears the whole time.
Sounds
Like
like
it's
an
starting to
engine.
drive you crazy at a certain point. But you do have your little army of 16 dog-sized wasps following you around. Wow! This stream has gone places already. We love to see it.
I was just hoping to
Sick.
get some rations. This is where this was going,
You
and
got-
I've created a monster.
Yeah, you got a lot of dead birds. Like each one of those wasps could take out a bird by itself easily, probably several. So like
There's
you got your pick.
There's a squirrel mixed in there. That's a raven. That's bad luck, guys. Come on. Okay. Yeah, let's go we gotta show the guys. This is a new part of the strategy. I've got teams. I can make plays. Let's go, boys.
Oh, no.
Just running. I got my
Okay.
ears plugged though.
You could technically like ride on your wasps.
I don't know. Like that's maybe taking it a little far, but
As like a wave.
it's possible.
Or
I would allow to
coming.
have like several of them carry you, like very Jesus-like through the air. You know what I mean?
Can you sit in a chair and they
I am your savior. Yeah.
like Xerxes?
I was gonna say like Xerxes from
The
fucking
balloon chair. I just got them all on ropes, and I'm just like,
Lawn chair Larry. Yep.
I fucking hate everything about druids now. I really do.
y'all.
You just
y'all
took my
the
favorite
goat
class.
and what happened?
You just took my favorite class and turned it into something I hate. What a day. What a day. All right.
Unbelievable.
So at a
Bring them home and start
That is- yeah.
deburdening and defeathering.
Stanislav, at a certain point, while you're inside preparing for this, coming from outside, you just hear bzzz, like this overwhelmingly loud buzzing of insects to the point it's like you're a little worried. I don't want to tell you. I'm not going to tell you how you react to it, but it is definitely
I freak
an
out for a
intimidating
sec.
sound. Yes, 100%.
And then remember that Gregory said he can have some flying things. So, in the middle of checking my supplies, which by the way include 14 days worth of rations, I come outside, not axe drawn, but like at the ready.
Yeah, just
And
hand, like kind of. I don't know where you keep your axe on your persons, but just basically.
I have like
ready to go.
I have like a strap around my back that it
Figured.
slides into.
Figured. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, just hand on the axe, ready to go, shield in one hand, like.
Mhm.
Okay, and then you just see Gregory, and it's hard to make out at first what it is that is following him, but you see like a little more than a dozen of these very large, almost dog-sized flying insect creatures, and as he gets closer, you very quickly realize that is a squadron, an elite attack squadron of wasps. Massive, giant, dog-sized wasps. I can't get over that.
Stan, look what I did.
It's constant,
Not too
and
bad.
it is not going away. That buzzing sound is gonna drive you insane.
Yeah, that's getting to be a little much. I just take out the bone mask, and you see there's just a stand. There's like a horn missing off it, and a couple little pieces. I just like cover up those pieces and just kind of like pull them out and like Play-Doh style make new horns. And then when I do, they just
All of the
and then
wasps just vanish.
birds.
from sight. The birds start falling to the ground. You watch now as Gregory is just like standing there while.
Oh, very Alfred Hitchcock.
Yeah, no, this
I
is.
promise I didn't make them from the birds. Although I guess that doesn't exactly mean it wouldn't be better. I brought food.
Okay, baby
I see
Gregory,
that.
we know he need to have an intervention.
Yeah, Mantic, you probably would have
I
seen this
kind of
as
agree.
well. It didn't take you that long at the potion. If
You,
you want to be, you're there for that too.
Oh, I'm
Maybe
here.
do other
you've
larger
been very
birds next
dark.
time?
I can make other. Yeah, I can make less loud things for sure. Pretty sure. I mean, I can try and be more specific about it. I think I can. Yeah.
Baby Gregory, are Mantuka and Baby Gregory, are we friends?
Oh. Do you want to be my friend?
That's not the question I asked.
Oh, it isn't. You're right, Mantuka, Minister. Yes. Yes, we are.
I assume friendship is good. And you'd want a friend to be honest.
Yes.
If I
yes.
feel you are getting really unhinged, I'm going to wait till you go to sleep and sever your head. So as long as you keep it all locked up, we'll be good. But at the slightest betrayal of the party, I will kill you. In your sleep when you're not powerful.
Yes, I will click it, lock it, and keep it in my pocket. Got it. Minister, Mantuka, little friend,
Like the same thing I did with my sexuality all through high school.
And then it just like Mantuka just kind of snorts and turns around and.
Fair, yeah. A good heart to heart. That's about as heart to heart as Mantuka gets, I feel. I respect it. I respect it. Linex is just watching this whole thing, just like amused at this point. He's woken up. He's getting ready to go. He's all packed. He's just watching from the doorway, kind of leaning on his prosthetic arm, like stroking his very thin beard. You hear the kind of metallic fingers clinking together as he does it. Nice to see that some things never change, eh, boys?
That man is a natural disaster, wrapped in flesh. And my God, do I respect him for it.
You talking about the Minotaur?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Haven't had a chance to see him work yet. I'm excited.
It's incredible.
You should be.
Yeah.
I'm always excited when the muscly boys are around, let's be fair. You ready to go, then? Preach! Yeah, so
Stanislav is fully blushing, by the way.
Oh yeah, no, he very much eyes you up and down, like head to toe. Mm-hmm. Mantuka too, in your leather thong. You're not leaving much to the imagination. Mm-hmm. This is a very
Stanislav just reflexively pecks like Terry Crews.
Yep.
You can't help it.
Right, so we ready to go? They're all backing inside, so I'm just waiting on you.
Yeah, we're
ready to go.
No, you just hear from inside. We're ready if you are. You see the kind of dwarfish individual kind of like push Lineax out of the way as he comes out the door with like this kind of like very basic like what's the fucking burlap. He has just a very, very plain burlap satchel over his shoulder. And then you see the woman come out also where it looks like she's wearing a pair of like riding gloves. Looks like she's probably the driver based on that. And then immediately at her coattails, like literally almost on her heels at all times, is this little gnomish individual. Not so much that he seems like afraid or that he's hiding. More so, this is based on your roles earlier. This is someone he very much is trying to keep an eye on for and protect maybe a little bit.
Aw.
Yeah. You do see.
I don't think we've had.
Go ahead. No, I was gonna say you see the arrows on his back are like very well made and very well maintained, though appear a little short for a longbow. But you gather that's more to do with his size as opposed to the longbow itself. What were you saying?
Well, I don't think we've made proper introductions. That being said, though, I think we need different names to go by while we're on the road.
Well,
yes.
I'd say that you lot do at least. I'm Borin. Nice to meet you. I'm the little de facto leader of this group. We've traveled together for quite some time, so you're gonna have to try to fit in as best as possible. Make it seem like you've been with us for a little while. That's Elga. The woman just adds, nice to meet you. Thanks for the food. Be your driver today. Don't cause any trouble, don't spook the horses, and we should be all good. She kind of looks to the gnome. That's Twigs. Twigs doesn't talk much, if at all, really. And you see Twigs kind of look at you with the one, like, searing bright blue eye. Kind of looks like... You get the feeling that as much as he's looking at you, he's very much sizing you up as an individual as well. Like, if you could visualize someone making insight checks on all of you, like this... Where Lineax was staring y'all down because the Mantuka and the Stanislav are very much his taste. This individual is staring you down, trying to size you up and see if you're trustworthy. Seems like he's satisfied with what he sees and kind of just nods at the lot of you.
Well, we have my horse, Ikesh, hooked up to the cart. He can understand you. You just have to tell him what to do and he'll do it.
Okay, I mean, the same with most horses. Cool.
But I mean, like, he can really understand you. He knows.
Yeah.
Like, he understands the word. Pretty cool.
Like long sentences.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that right, big fella?
You just hear the horse over at you, which in your head you hear, yeah, you're right. No one else hears that though. They just.
You gotta trust that he trusts us.
Trust the horse. Okay, so what are you all gonna be going by for this journey then?
Gulliver.
Call me Boots. He kind of looks down at his like iron hooves.
Boots.
That works.
Where's my pens?
Call me Baresh.
The Resh.
Okay, so Boots is Mantuka.
Baresh Baresh.
Full disclosure, when you
Arash.
said like aliases, I'm like, oh fuck.
The B.
Baresh? Baresh?
Sure.
Cool.
Baresh, something like that. Yeah.
Very
No, it's just Boots. Boots.
I like that. Boots. All right. And then Gregory,
trying
what
to
did you say?
remember.
Gulliver?
Gulliver.
Like Gulliver, you motherfucker.
Gulliver.
You can call me
You're welcome,
Tethys.
Pat. You're welcome.
I am not calling you Tethys Tissithes. Suck my dick. I got it right that time. I got
You
it right
did.
that time. Do you know why? Because
That's
I
hard to
practiced it.
say.
Because when you came to me and like, I have a character named Tethys Tithyses, I practiced that shit in the mirror in case you ever brought him into one of my games. At this point,
Testy,
He's veto.
He's banned from your campaigns. It's
testy
okay, I know.
testy touch, yeah, absolutely. 100% banned from my campaigns. Just for the stupid ass name. I'm kidding. It's a good name. It's a good name. I'm not
Testy
gonna-
titty dees.
Testy titties? What? It's a new one.
Testy titty dees.
Oh god. We can spend the rest of the stream just watching you guys struggle to say Tethys Tissithes. Facts. Tethys Tissithes. Yeah, no, yeah. Get that one out there. Get that one out there. Anyway,
Seashells down by the
alright.
seashore.
so he points to Mantuka. Your boots, your Baresh, and your Gulliver. Got it?
Ah.
Alright.
Okay.
Probably good I don't know your actual names. No chance of me fucking it up.
Oh yeah, that's actually smart.
Alright,
Probably a good idea.
That's right,
I-
Stan.
I'll be riding with her up front. We got room for one more in the back, and the rest of you gonna be walking. Unless you got other horses of your own.
They don't call me Boots because I walk, and I run in the back.
As
We
you
call
sit,
boots because
you sit in
boot
the back of the
goats.
carriage, you notice like kind of lifts up, like it shifts under your weight, and the horses don't seem bothered by it, but there's definitely a noticeable shift. You kind of just
We
sit
all
in-
fit in the
Oh,
car.
shit. You guys.
No, there is they literally have stocked it full, and as they're doing it, you like as you see this, you look in the cart and you find just like an entire just filled to the brim, apart from the space where the gnome is sitting. He's kind of perched on top of these sacks of grain that they've stuffed in here. There's like one seat in the back where where there's room for Mantuka, basically, and he's sitting like on the back ledge
Sure.
of the cart with his hooves dangling over. There's not really.
Or you
enough
can find a
bench.
way to fit on there too, Gregory.
It's mostly a
I-
tailgate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
you'll-
could probably get on there.
You'll probably be alright, I'll be honest with you. You're pretty small. I'm not too worried about it. You there, big guy. Probably gonna have to hoof it. Ironic, considering he's the one with hooves.
I'm
He
fine.
points to
I'm
Mantuka.
They're
Good
called
fine me.
Boots. Like my name.
They look like hooves to me, big man, but alright.
All right. Well, let's get on the road then.
Alright.
Get on your horse.
And Stanislav is going to take out his goggles that he had from
Your desert
Many
travel
moons ago.
goggles.
Yep.
Smart, smart,
And-
smart.
put his hood up.
Okay.
Stan's
So-
gonna get his cardio in.
Mantuka, you pile onto the back of the cart, kind of dangling your hooves over the back, basically just like literally with your height, it's probably 3 inches from the ground. Like a high rock is going to hit your hooves. Gregory, they make room for you, kind of squat you down next to the gnome. What's up, Stanny?
I had done this last time, but it seems like we're retconning some prep time for going into the desert. I cast non-detection on myself.
Yeah, no, like,
and
yeah,
travel.
we figured you were doing
Yeah.
that.
As we're going through the gate, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I think we kind of like
Time.
went, we kind of like left a little, but now we're just going to go back and do some other preps. So we're just, light retconage, no biggie. Slight you wind it back. Okay, so you all make your way out. You cast non-detection for the next, however long, 8 hours. You are undetectable from scrying magic or divination magic of any kind.
Nation.
You guys make your way down this road and towards the long Incendus mountain range. I think this is where we left off before. So we kind of like went back and just went over how you guys prepped. So now we're picking up where we left off last session. We're just filling in some blank spaces there for you guys.
On the last episode.
Exactly. That was you got a recap session. 58 minutes of recap. That's
Magic.
all that was. Magic. Yeah, we have time magic here. So you make your way down this road leading out of Southwatch. That leaves in like almost a very serpentine way leading downward into the valley that is at the front of the Incendus mountain range. As you're doing so, you see the sun just above like the range itself, kind of silhouetted by some of the peaks of the mountain. And you begin making your way downward down this path. The grass gradually begins turning into a more rocky kind of terrain. There's still like little bits of foliage poking out, some like more. It's not quite desert here, but it's not quite luscious. It's like that kind of awkward middle, like almost a tundra, almost like a desert-esque tundra. We got to hydrate. Thank you, Merc, for the hydrate. Appreciate it. Mantuka says hydrate. You hydrate. I get it. I'm here for it. So,
Mogus asserts dominance on D.
We're about
Always.
to go on a long journey. We need to be hydrated.
absolutely, it's important. You do notice there is
That's
like
right.
a straight up, like an entire barrel of water in the back for you guys to use and also for sale. You know that one of the most valuably traded commodities in this entire region is water. It is a desert. Water is a scarce commodity. It sells for hefty premium, especially in the big towns. Anyone, I'd say this would be known very much to Mantuka and Stanny, who have worked a little in the Imperium and traveled through it a little bit more. You definitely know that, like, in the big cities like Leezy and Pillarstone, water is, like, sold and controlled by the government, the highest powers. It's very much, like, got almost like an oil level fucking monopoly type deal on it. It's almost like the oil industry. But people literally fight and die over water in the Imperium. So probably a good thing you'd be bringing some with you. You notice the grain has all been stamped with the seal of... So roll me a history check, anyone who wants to. See if you recognize this. Okay. History. Okay. Shit. Okay, with that, Gregory's the only one who doesn't know. You do recognize Mantuka and Stanny. Mantuka, you've been in the Kingdom of Mayora for quite some time now. Or Eldris. I'm sorry, this is Eldris. You've been in Eldris for a while. You recognize some of the sigils and town logos and stuff. This is the symbol for Goldbrush, the largest farming town on the continent. It is nestled against the Daggerwood Forest and then just sprawling fields of wheat as far as the eye can see. It is the most luscious place to grow. And it appears that all of the wheat in your cart seemingly has come from there. While the relations between the Imperium and Eldris are not necessarily great, there is still a large amount of trade that happens between the two. So, looks like you're just
Probably
driving
overheard it from some noble or something like that.
Probably along the
I was
way.
a slave.
Mantuka probably discussed it with someone. So there is trade. It's an unsteady kind of trade alliance, not even an alliance really. But if there's one thing the Imperium understands, it's that it's hard to grow crops in a desert. So a lot of the food for their armies and their basic populace is traded from other kingdoms. So as you guys
fighting in a basement.
Fighting
Fighting in a fucking basement.
as you make your way kind of into the mountains, you pass between these two large, almost like spire-like dividers on either side of the road, almost like pillars guiding your entry into the Incendus mountain range. Your cart kind of weaves, bumping along this rocky, somewhat uneven road, but well maintained. And as the sun is just reaching its kind of highest point in the sky at this point, the heat is beginning to become a lot more familiar to you, Stanny. This is a comfortable feeling for you. For Mantuka and Gregory, maybe not so much. But you guys are just weaving your cart along. At that point, we're going to go ahead and take our break because it's probably just going to be a little bit of a shorter session because we're doing some mostly traveling and roleplay today. So we're going to take our break now. We'll be back in 10 minutes. Please do stick around. We will not be long. And we'll see y'all in just a little bit. What is up, everybody? We're back. Sorry about that. There was a little bit of a longer than 10-minute break because the timer did not work the first time I hit it. So it was more like an 11.5-minute break. We're very, very
Unacceptable.
sorry. I'm sorry. It's fine. So we did our little like retcon, how the group prepped and everything. We handled all that. Now the group is where we left them last session. They are on the road with their little caravan of followers
On the road again.
in
I
tow.
can't wait to get on the road.
The carriage kind of begins making its way into the Incendus mountain range, and it's decently fast moving. It's about average speed. You are carrying a very heavy laden cart full of people, so it's slightly above walking speed, but not by much. So like the people who are walking with the cart are able to fairly comfortably do so. What's up?
Could I have with 58 silver stocked up on some apples for Akesh?
Sure.
Okay,
Absolutely.
excellent.
Yeah, no, that's totally fine. You were literally in a farming community. Like, you can find fresh produce for your horse. No sweat.
Horse apples. Apples.
So, as you guys are making your way through here, I want everyone to go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Perceiving.
Just for our first day mountain lion attack. That could be fun.
What do I see?
What?
Boy Scout. Vision activate. Okay, cool.
All right.
Not damn bad.
I rolled a nat 20.
The two of you are doing
Oh shit,
okay.
you did.
With the nat 20. So you see a very familiar shape flying over the mountains, Stanislav. Gregory, you see this too. I don't know if you caught this last time the party did. Might have. It's been a hot minute. However, as the group of you are traveling along this road, you see flying overhead, some distance off, still like quite a ways ahead of you and not even remotely in danger range, this massive avian looking creature, this huge bird, even from this distance with the perspective, and you're like, if I'm seeing it from this far away at that size, it's probably pretty goddamn big. You don't need a nature check to know.
Remember this encounter last time?
So you guys are very
shit.
Yeah, you're very familiar with what this is. This is a rock. This is a very familiar creature. It doesn't appear to even like notice you. It is far enough away. Like you rolled a nat 20. That's the only reason you're fucking seeing it. That's it. Gregory sees it too above a 20, but it's several hundred fucking kilometers off. Like it is barely visible against the skyline.
You guys smell that?
You can see it.
It's what the rock is cooking.
I don't want to eat it. I don't want
I'm
to
so
have
sorry.
it. I don't want to have it. No.
Anislav
Then you just let me know
throws
if I'm gonna
himself
rage.
underneath the cart. Just kidding.
No.
Just lies down.
It does not seem to notice you. It seems far enough off. It is not a trouble. More closely, and arguably more importantly, as you're kind of weaving through this, it's effectively a canyon. You're surrounded on the other sides by mountains and cliffs and rocky outcroppings. Every now and again, while you're riding, and this is for the course of the entire day, you notice individuals up on these high points. Very hard to notice, and as you notice them, they step out of range. With a natural 20 and the 21, you very much see cloaks that are reminiscent of the Imperium military here. Looks like they have scouts along the road. They do. Seems like they actively noticed you, but they're not really interested in stopping you, as far as it seems. They're content mostly observing as the cart kind of makes its way. You see the little gnome. Gregory, you feel this too. He taps on your shoulder and then taps on the woman's shoulder driving, and kind of quietly, without saying anything again, appears like he's either incapable of speaking or just doesn't want to. He kind of just taps you and points out these individuals as he's going. Like literally every single one. It does not seem like he misses a single person. To someone who spends a lot of his time in the desert or traveling and just keeping an eye out for hazards. Doesn't appear like any of them want to stop you. Is there anything you guys would like to get done in this first day of travel? It's gonna be a multi-day journey here.
In the silence, whenever after that moment, I'm just kind of staring at the gnome fella, and I kind of very gently go to the necklace around my neck and just kind of paw it and cast detect thoughts on them.
Okay. Yeah, you detect thoughts on the gnome. So you get just surface thoughts right off the bat. He's like, it's hard to, it's almost like a dog. It's almost like a canine's mind, where it's like very stimuli driven. Every time something moves, anytime something happens, his attention shifts, and it's like very focused. And like his surface thoughts are like, where's the danger? Like, does he see anything? He's basically just processing all of the information he's seeing and analyzing it down to the last detail to see if there's any potential dangers up ahead.
Incredible.
Doesn't seem anything hostile or anything going on in there. It's a little manic. Probably got a pretty heavy case of ADHD, but definitely seems like he's a very stimuli-driven person. The minute he sees something, his attention snaps to that entirely. If you'd like to probe deeper, it will be a roll.
I'll keep it at that. I just wanted to see what was going on, if there was anything going on, and there is. That's good to know.
Probe him deeply.
I'm just gonna boop that brain. I'm just booping.
The girl's like, yeah, he just kind of keeps an eye on things for us here. Just kind of gives the horses a little whip. Yeah, they've this is our third time traveling this road in the last couple weeks. They're familiar with us by now.
Wow.
They've been there for the last little bit. They didn't used to patrol this entire road, but she kind of gives the horses another whip. Now they're here all the time. Seems like something's got them in a bit of a fuss. Wonder if that has anything to do with you guys. She just kind of smiles knowingly, as if she is completely aware of what it is they're doing. Gives the horses another whip yet again. The horses just continue moving along. So who is walking, out of curiosity?
I think it's just me.
Who are our walkers? Just Stan. Yeah, Gregory fit onto the sacks because he only weighs like 80 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah.
I'm tiny.
Stanny. Normally, for most people, it would be every 4 hours of traveling on foot. You have to make an exhaustion check. But due to your resistance to heat being a tiefling, it's only every 8 hours. So at the end of our day's travel, Stanny, I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
We can switch off so you don't have to
Guidance myself for
Oh,
it.
you guys are going to get it too. If you're traveling on a horse or by cart, it's 8 hours of travel will cause an exhaustion check. So you guys actually both get to roll one as well.
So 14 for me?
You're good. You just have to beat a 10. It's pretty low. It's your first
So
day of
cons?
travel. Yep, Constitution saving throws.
Can I guidance everybody on this?
I'm going to say just you at this point because you can't like actively. You're all doing this at the same time. Gregory. Oh.
Oops.
Gregory, you take
Mine was close too.
Yeah, yours is close, but Gregory, you take
Do
a
I
point of
have an
exhaustion.
protection?
That heat
You
is
do?
so much.
Add
do
4.
actively. Okay, so everyone
The-
succeeds with the adding 4.
Oh,
'cause
thank
you
you,
got
God.
a paladin here. Thank you, God. Thank you, literal God.
That's
Literally,
the one
thank
that's
you,
just
God.
the base paladin
Yeah.
aura, not the one that changed
Yeah.
with my...
Yeah, no worries.
Thank
No
you,
worries.
yoga Jesus.
So as you guys
You're
are
welcome.
traveling, you feel I gotta roll 3 of these. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, with their mods, they're all good. That's okay. It's very low. It's very, very low. But we just made it. Like literally, it was a 6 plus 4 for the dwarf, which is a 10, and then a 10 plus 0 for the elf or for the woman, which is
Everyone also has +4.
yeah. So we're good.
Everyone's friendly and
but-
within 10 feet of me.
For anyone who hasn't, like Peter, this mostly concerns you. The only one who hasn't traveled in the desert with us here. The way I've broken it down is every 4 hours on foot, you take an exhaustion check against the heat. Every 8 hours on horse or by carriage, same thing. If you're traveling by night, if you're familiar, Arctics tend to get into the sub-zero temperatures because of how fucking cold it is and just empty space. We take saves every 8 hours of travel to be exhausted against the cold. Very difficult to travel through here. However, the lot of you can together, either with like the water that's on board, the little bit of shade Gregory's managed to prepare with this kind of haphazard canopy. The lot of you managed to do a fairly good job of staving off exhaustion. You feel it wearing on you. Like by the end of the day, you are like more or less drenched in sweat. A couple of you probably got a little bit more sun than you wanted. Great. Fucking Stanislav seems completely in his element though. Like he's more than
Pristine.
content. Pristine. Not a bead of sweat on his persons. But the lot of you managed to stave off exhaustion as your first day's travel comes to an end. The dwarf kind of pipes up. We're gonna need to find somewhere at the camp. That's something any of you are good at, or do you want us to handle it?
I have a 50-50 track record.
I'm not sure I like those odds, but I'll follow
He's
you.
pretty pretty good at it. I trust him. I'll pat you on the
60-40.
shoulder and give
I
you
mean,
guidance.
if someone was doing knife throwing tricks and told me that they hit the person every half time they do it, like 1 out of 2, I probably wouldn't trust them all that much on it. I'll be
Yeah,
honest with
but
you.
think about this in a camping sense, and things it's less life or death, more comfort or uncomfort.
I don't know about that here, but again, I'm going to trust you on this one. Go ahead and roll me a survival
Yeah.
check.
Go trust the
At
teenager.
a D4.
Trust.
Oh, why God?
With the
Why?
D4. With the D4. We don't do crit fails on skill checks. I do take the natural
Oop.
one into account, but it's not a critical fail. So, grand total.
Comfort versus uncomfort.
Very grand total of
Of
11. You, well, just kind of weaving your way. You know, like traveling here, there's like these way stops that have kind of been placed along this road for travelers and caravans to park at. They're not controlled by anyone. They're not run by the government or the Imperium itself. This is something that like trade caravans set up based on the amount of distance you can usually travel in a day. However, you guys were feeling a little good about yourselves and you blew past the last one about an hour and a half, 2 hours ago.
We'll be fine.
So, you kind of have to actively scramble to try to look for a place to camp. It does take you another little while, and you're gonna travel a little bit into the night and start dealing with a little bit of cold. But as you're going, you do manage to find this fairly small, almost not quite a cave. It's like a canyon that kind of weaves in. It looks like maybe there was a waterfall here at one point that kind of carved this area out from up above, but it is completely bone dry now. You see like a bone dry creek bed. You maybe in the rainy season this would finish up, but you basically, this is kind of like an inlet. It's maybe about 20 feet deep, like 20 feet in, and then 10 feet wide at its widest, but it kind of like goes to this this point where you could tell the waterfall came down.
There. I knew we'd find this place. This is exactly where, yeah. I knew it.
Are you sure?
No. I'm so sorry.
All right. Well, I think we've traveled enough for today. At any rate, it's gonna be as good a spot as any. You know what that means, little guy?
What?
You get first watch.
Oh,
And he just
okay.
goes, puts his back against the wall, and kind of like shimmies to find a little comfortable spot, and just kind of pulls his fucking helm down over his eyes like a hat.
Isn't
Yeah.
it raining?
It was lightly raining, but you guys have traveled all day and into the desert.
Oh, okay.
So it
I'm
does
gonna
not
set up
appear to
my
be
tent.
raining in here. Sure.
I'll help you.
Easy enough. What's up, Morty? Thank you for coming in. How are you doing tonight?
And
So my tent
Morty.
too.
Cash will stay up.
It's going to be cramped when you get all the tents in there, but you manage to squeeze a couple tents in, and basically you have this like small, narrow canyon that's no wider than 10 feet, and you've just kind of awkwardly crammed these tents in, almost acting as like a divider against the road. Basically, your tents are pointing inward to this thing. Seems like you got a pretty decent setup. So, the dwarf has gone to sleep. Gregory, you don't have to take first watch. He was kind of joking with you, but it's up to you how you
I'll do
interpret
it.
what he says.
I'll do that, yeah. I'm a very literal young man.
Literal young man.
Yeah.
So, everyone else going to sleep then?
Except Cash.
Except Ikesh. Okay, so go ahead and roll me a perception check for Ikesh the camel, or the horse, I'm sorry. Not great. And then
I'm gonna.
Gregory.
Ed.
You're gonna what?
Sorry, I'm gonna wait to go to bed. I'm gonna stay up for Gregory's shift.
Just to make sure he doesn't lose his fucking mind anymore.
Well, and he's also been rolling like hot ass, so like
Yeah,
I'm not
I
die.
have,
I mean,
have
you
an idea, but
you don't know he's been rolling like hot ass.
His choice making lately has been.
That's fair.
horrendous.
No, I'm just trying to make you rationalize it in game.
Turned into a shark and tried to eat you.
You're
In
not.
character and out of character, we know this is not.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally fair. Totally fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Gregory, go ahead and make me a perception check, please.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and as soon as everyone's kind of falling asleep, I'm just like, okay,
Take out the bone mask, snap off a thing, throw it, and slap it on myself. First, I'm gonna cast Conjure Animals, and I'm gonna summon.
Not the
2, 3,
wasps
4.
again.
No, not the wasp. This time, it's just a bunch of those wolves, and they look like all the wolves from the funeral.
Okay.
And they all have the bone mask.
Yeah,
and then
of course.
After they all come out of the ground, I slap it on myself, and I turn into one that looks just like them. And we're just gonna go on a wolf patrol.
Okay, Mantuka, you watch all of this happen as you're just kind of observing Gregory, a little worried about where his head might be at.
There's
You watch
8
him
of them, so
conjure
9.
8 of these fairly large,
I'm so
very
glad I stayed awake for his fucking shift.
very feral,
rise.
very feral looking wolves with glowing red eyes and like the same creepy bone mask that Gregory himself wears when he transforms. And you watch him just slap it on, and you hear the bones cracking and like his skin tearing, his fur begins coming out, and he just appears in the form of a massive wolf, kind of bigger than the rest of them too. Definitely the alpha, the leader of the pack.
Cash found my apple bag and is eating apples.
They're not. What, Ikesh did? Yeah, with that
Yeah, he
roll.
rolled a 6.
Yeah,
so,
he's distracted by apples. As it seems now, doesn't look like a lot of people guarding the camp. Gregory, you said you're going to do a wolf patrol?
Yeah. Sniffing and smelling and hearing.
Okay. Perception or
Sniffing
survival,
and
I guess.
smelling,
Then.
howling in a bucket.
and then wolves get advantage on that.
Okay. How far from camp are you trying to go?
Not far.
It's gonna be like you it's a circle. All of us are just gonna circle.
Okay, it
And,
takes a
like,
little bit because there's like different raised elevations of cliff
Yeah.
on either side of you, but you manage to find a reasonable path. Kind of do a cycle.
Every now and again, you just hear, "Ow!"
Oh, sad. You. What the fuck is going on over there? Neighbors are going crazy. So as the group of you patrol, you kind of lead your wolf pack along, just kind of pacing around here. You get to a point of higher ground at this point, and it's more something you smell as opposed to something you see from this distance. But you definitely smell like campfire on the air. some kind of burning wood somewhere. It's definitely kind of carrying on the nighttime desert breeze towards you, somewhere from the east. So in terms of where you guys got to today, in terms of your travel, after a full day's travel, you're about at the T in Sendus Mountain Range there. So you guys are kind of camped out around there. The smell, best you can place it with a natural 20 and using wolf senses, is coming from somewhere near this crossroads. Kind of about that far away. It's still quite pungent on the air. Probably still an hour or so away from you in terms of like travel time, but you're definitely picking up on some kind of encampment or something burning. But the rest of your watch passes without incident. Mantuka, do you stay awake until Gregory just returns?
127% yes.
Okay. Who's taking the next watch?
How about Stan? How about I just finish this one instead of like, you're just gonna break up my sleep. You're gonna break up my sleep.
You're breaking my balls here.
Okay. Mantuka, go ahead and roll me a perception check for the night.
I'll do that. I will do that.
I tell Mantuka about the smells. I just see a little Gregory say, tell him all, and then go, good night.
Hey, Gregory kind of fills you in. You rolled a 7.
I did roll a 7.
We're good at this.
You rolled a 7. So, as you're kind of sitting there and you're like, I think I got this. Ikesh rolls a 5. He's still eating apples. At this point, half of your bag of apples has been consumed by your celestial mythological horse. Mantuka, you're kind of sitting there, and at a certain point, you're kind of just distracted by this horse eating all of Stanislav's supplies. It's funny, it's entertaining, and it is wholly distracting from what you're supposed to be doing. You don't notice anything else, but the rest of your watch passes without an incident. So,
Dan's gonna be so pissed. He's gonna have no apples left.
Stanny, you are awakened by Mantuka. Oh, kitty!
Kitty!
See, my cat's not here. He's at my other place where I'm actually living. I literally drove here just to stream today.
Oh my god!
I haven't moved my setup yet, so my cat's away. I miss him. I miss him so much. Anyway, so Mantuka, the rest of your watch passes, as far as you can tell, without incident. Stanny, you're awakened by Mantuka and quickly realize that your horse is. It's funny. Has basically been entirely useless. You come out to find just a number of no, you don't even find apple cores. He's just been devouring the apples whole at this point. But about half your bag, you're muted. About half your bag of apples is just missing.
I walk over and grab the bag from him.
You hear in your head.
Be mad.
You hear the familiar voice of your horse in your head. Oh man, I was eating those.
Yes, I know you were.
Can I have one more?
Yeah, I give him 2 more apples.
He just downs them immediately.
One more again.
One more again. Nothing happened. You just you hear your horse talking. It's still weird to me that your horse can talk to you.
I'm sure it didn't. In my head.
Yep. Okay. So, go ahead and roll your last perception checks. Mantuka, it's gonna be you're gonna be sleeping in a bit to avoid exhaustion because you stayed up through Gregory's watch period. But we're just gonna say you did a little sleeping. You can sleep on the couch. Okay. As you're kind of sitting there,
away from my apples.
Ikesh is kind of nosing your fucking trying to nose you into giving him more apples. He's being a bit of a troublemaker tonight.
He knows where the supply is.
Yeah, he's having some.
He's a silly goose.
But guidance too.
Okay, so as you're sitting there, you're kind of trying to relax. You're looking around. Even with the guidance, not that great. Couple hours go by. It's not bad. 14. Still not bad. Still not great. A couple hours go by. The night seems pretty uneventful. You keep an eye out leading up the road towards where the campfire was being smelled. And at a certain point, you kind of just start to get a little sleepy and begin dozing off. And it's about that point that you hear the rushing sound of wings just come plummeting out of the sky towards you as this massive creature with a head almost like a stag. You see these big horns and then the body of a hippogriff, almost very avian-esque body, just flies and begins just attacking you with its talons, just ravaging you while you're sitting there trying to keep watch. and it is a surprise
Oh,
hex.
fuck!
So he's going to be at advantage.
Birds.
That's a 16 to hit you.
Nope.
Are you armored?
I'm always armored when we're on the road.
Okay. So default exhausted every time you sleep then. You cannot, you cannot sleep in heavy armor.
Hold on, how long does it take to don and doff my...
Heavy chainmail? I think like 20 minutes. It's a long one. Yeah.
Medium armor.
Medium armor? It's still chainmail, isn't it?
Oh, it's heavy, never mind, but it's me.
I was gonna say, it doesn't matter. It still takes quite a bit of time to don and doff.
Okay.
I'll say if you want, you could be armored, but keep in mind going forward, if you are gonna be sleeping, you're gonna have to take it off, or you're exhausted by default. I'll give you a pass on that one. One time. This creature just flies down out of the sky and just begins pummeling you. You can't even make it out, really, even with your dark vision. You just see this kind of weirdly silhouetted, anchored-like creature with these massive wings and these talons just raking at you. And then it's going to just dive in with its gore and try to gore you with its beak. There's 11.
Al Gore.
Still not a very good hit. At this point, the rest of you all wake up as you hear these like almost like bird-like sounds, like, "Ah!" just attacking. You hear Stanislav struggling with some kind of creature, and we're gonna
make these ones.
We're gonna take a quick 2-minute break there while I set up this combat, because this was all situational. And you guys rolling just so shit on your on your fucking perception checks. So we're gonna do a round. They're gonna get an entire round of surprise against you guys because y'all were sleeping. I fucked it up. One already gone. There's 2 more. Anyway, so we'll be back in about I'll say like 5 minutes just to be safe. So I'm gonna set a 10 timer and we're just gonna come back at 5 minutes because it's easier that way. We'll see you guys in just a second. Won't be long.
Murder a bird family.
And we're back. We're murdering more families today. Sorry about that, folks. Just had to get the combat encounter set up here. This one was a little bit unplanned. We love improvised combat. Yeah, like you guys had to roll so badly for these things to attack you, and you all rolled like shit. Every single member of the party except the wolf who smelled the fire, which works out. However, they are going to get a full round.
14.
Yeah, who did? Yeah, it's still not great. They have stealth and can fly so far away from you that you can't hear them or see them anyway. Anyway.
Damn birds.
So, they do get in a surprise round, so this little guy is also going to fly forward and begin harassing you, Stanny. Neither of those hit you on that attack?
Correct, and I currently don't have my shield on, right?
As far as I know, yes, you do not.
Okay.
Okay, and then the last one, which after, like, this one just swipes at you with the talons and then comes at you with the beak, also missing. This one's going to fly down here. Whoop. There, you can't be in the space. He's going to just fly over Gregory. He's not even going to land, Gregory. He just flies over you. As you're kind of stepping out of the cave, you hear from behind just... And there's this huge creature with these massive stag-like horns flies towards you and just going to try to hit you with its talons. 20 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, you take 6 points of piercing, and since he flew in a straight dive 30 feet up, you take an additional 9 points of piercing damage. Ouchie. Next up, we are going to have the... Oh, that was the talons. So that is slashing damage. I apologize. Oh, no, it is piercing. Anyway, next one's going to be the gore. 9. I believe a 9 does not hit you.
Me, no.
Okay, so this creature just flies over. You feel its claws just dig into your back and carve so deeply that you feel it kind of hit the bone on the rib cage a little bit. It's pretty goddamn sore. And then you just like you see this beak come over your shoulder and try to dig into your chest a little bit, like it's almost aiming for your heart specifically.
No!
You do manage to move out of the way of it as it kind of just flies around, and it's hovering about 10 feet off the ground ahead of you. Okay. That'll be all of them. The 2 that are fighting Stanny have landed. This one does appear to be hovering about 10 feet up. Stanny, you're starting the attack round. What do you got in store for us?
Ah, shit. I am...
It's this crazy, terrifying bird creature.
I'm going to hop onto... I'm going to grab my shield, and I'm going to hop onto Akesh.
I will give you horse mini.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I don't care how much of my movement that takes because I have horse movement.
Half
that's
movement.
Probably all of it, right? I think
it's half movement to climb up a horse. At least that's how I'd rule it.
Sure, and then probably some to put the shield on too.
Yep. Probably half for each, to be honest with you. I'm just going to put him next to you, but you're on him now. Okay, cool.
Do I have any idea if these things are aberrations, celestials, elementals, fey, or fiends?
None of the above, as far as you can tell.
Okay. Neat.
They appear to
So in
be
that
very monstrous in their makeup.
Fair. I'm going to put a quick shield of faith on myself.
We need combat music. What am I doing? Okay, yep, Shield of Faith, easy enough.
Which is now applied to both me and Akesh.
Sweet.
As Wayfind Steed works.
Yep.
And I'm gonna go to town on. I think I'm just gonna drop one onto each of these two.
Okay.
Go to town.
2 hits on the little guys. Go for it.
15 and 17.
Both hit. Yeah. You gather they're not particularly armored. They're fairly agile, but they're still not armored. Okay,
So 11 and 7. We'll go 11 to the guy on the right, 7 to the one on bottom left.
Okay, I'll go ahead and quickly throw a little marker on these dudes. That guy's red.
Yep.
That guy's blue. And this guy's going to be pink because I like pink. Anyway. Yeah, sure, you can do that. Now it's going to be hard for me to move stuff, but that's fine. I'm just counting the horse as beneath you. So both of them take the hits. They don't appear to like recoil in fear at all. They definitely did not like getting hit. They feel the wound, but it appears that they are very like one-track minded. They want to get at you for whatever reason that may be. They do take the damage though. It doesn't appear to. Yeah, you have a magic weapon. So yeah, no, it appears like all the damage does settle in. It hits about as hard as you expect it to. They kind of just briefly come recoil and then come back and begin pushing your boundaries a little more. Gregory, unless you'd like to move, Stanislav.
Not really.
Okay. Go ahead, Gregory.
This ambush kind of sucked.
Yeah, this is a lot to deal with before 8 a.m.
Is red and blue are on the ground?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and Greg's gonna move wherever he kind of feels like he has a line of sight on both of them in a line.
Yeah, that would be about there-ish.
There, yeah, cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got the movement to get there.
Yeah.
I'll go right there.
All right.
Right there. Is it
Right there. Yeah, that looks
Let's
about
go.
right to me.
Beautiful. I'll cast lightning bolt at 4th level.
All right, how do you cast it? What does that look like to you?
You just see Greg. He just like gets real nervous and starts backing away from that bird and runs right over and opens the box open. And you just hear that same carnival music, and that little clown with a little tuning fork comes out and just points it at them. And it casts a lightning bolt, and I need a dex save of 15.
Cool. Yeah. You dex
Yeah.
save 15 from both of them. Okay. Cool. 20 and a 3. So red makes it, blue does not. What's up, Demon Hunter? Welcome back. Hope you had a good vacation, my friend. We're just playing some D&D right now.
That's okay. I hit red harder.
There's a bug in my house. 13 points. Halved for the one who saves, correct?
You mean
Yes.
33?
Yeah,
33,
33,
baby.
So we round up 14 or 17.
Fantastic.
So red takes 17 damage, and then the blue. Oh yeah, it takes the full brunt. So as you watch this lightning bolt
back on the bitch, boys.
just kind of like unleashes from your hands, weaves between the two targets, definitely shocks the first one, doesn't seem to take the full hit, however, as your lightning bolt just jumps over to the next one. You see the electricity just like cover its entire body, kind of dance along the edges of its body, and then just you see smoke just rise out of its ears, its eyes, its mouth. It seems like you've mostly cooked this creature from the inside out. And it just continues.
I just look at him. Smells great.
And then collapses into the ground.
I'll give the compliments to the chef. You did good, buddy. I just close the box really carefully, and you just hear a little ding from the tuning fork as it goes in.
Okay. And
Fucking
you've
awesome.
already managed to down one of the creatures. The bigger one notices this happen and lets out a very bird like almost this weird. It sounds like a bird, but it's coming out of a stag mouth. It's really strange. It's a very strange creature. That'll be your turn.
Yeah, or I just instinctively say, sorry. What? Okay.
Okay. So,
Greg is a Canadian.
Mantuka, you're up next. What do you got?
Sorry.
There's the one big one hovering about 10-15 feet up. Probably in range. Bit of a reach, but doable. And then there's the one currently attacking Stanislav on the ground.
I was having a good dream. And I'm going to go towards the bigger one.
Okay. Go ahead and move your guy.
And I'm gonna bonus action rage just between us friends.
Just between us friends, absolutely. So you're raging.
Squirrel friends.
You gotta move back one space.
And I'm gonna reckless because
You're right
why
there.
not?
So technically,
Okay,
its attack space covers that square of 9. This is a lot bigger than the other two. So like the pink dot is the edge of its range. So you're in range now,
Cool.
within 5 feet.
All right, cool. I
do you
gotta hit it.
You gonna
Or
hit
attempt
it?
to.
You gonna hit it? Fair enough. Fair enough.
I won't hit.
Oh my god, no.
13's gonna be a miss.
15?
15 is oh wait, on the big one. The
I
13.
feel like it is.
Yeah, the 13 misses, but the 15 does hit. You gather the 13 would have done it on the smaller ones, but this guy seems
Well,
a
that's
little
okay.
hardier. He's got a little more natural stuffing to him.
15 plus 3, so that's 18 slashing damage.
Hell
with my
yeah.
halberd.
He looks like he doesn't like it. He kind of recoils and just kind of flies back a little bit as he takes the hit. He's kind of just jam the halberd up into him. It's kind of hard to get a good slash. You definitely make contact. He seems more or less okay. Definitely.
All right, well, I'm gonna
landed the
do
hit,
it again, recklessly.
Can't go. Okay. Go with that reckless. And your first attack was reckless as well. 20 hits. You roll again to see if you get him. Damn! 23 also hits. Go ahead and roll your damage.
So it's 10 plus 3, 13.
Okay, got that
Let's
in.
go.
Okay, it's with the rage. 13. Perfect. It takes the 2 hits and it just flying angrily, kind of blasting wind and sand towards you. Okay, that'll be your turn, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Where's Magus?
He is immediately just looking at you. What's this fucking fly? Okay. No, he's going to just quickly adjust his stance, kind of recentering on you. You look into his eyes and see this very monstrous face. He's going to take a Talon's attack at you at advantage because you reckless. 22 to hit.
I'll allow it.
Okay, you take 6 points of piercing damage, half to 3 because you're raging. They don't hit very hard. These are pretty low-level encounters that just ambush people. If they could kill one of you, they'd be fine. You take 3 points of piercing damage. Next attack's going to be a gore. It comes at you with the beat of 7. Oh, wait, nope. Advantage. 16. I don't think that hits you. Does it hit you?
15 is my AC.
Ooh, you take 8 points of piercing damage as the beak just gouges right into the center of your chest, like it's trying to literally mine the heart out of your rib cage a little, and it's very much focused on that area. Even the scratch, it's kind of trying to carve you up a little bit, and then he's just gonna flap his wings ferociously and just take off into the sky, using his full 60 feet of movement to fly straight up and past you. And
Fast birds.
And you kind of like try to get a little swing at him, like a little attack of opportunity, and he's too fast. Doesn't seem like you're able to make that connection.
I'm tracking what you're putting down, DM.
There you go. I don't want to come out and be like, here's the mechanic, but you get it. It seems to fly away a little faster than you're capable of reaching him. Stanny, the next one, kind of taking cues from the guy, is going to quickly turn around and look at the wizard who just lightning bolted one of his friends and family members into oblivion. What's up, zombie? Welcome in. Oh, zombie, that's sick. A male being too fast, I can't make a connection. I feel that. Hey-o! Sick burn. That's sad. I'm sorry. Sorry to hear that. Anyway, Gord. This is 22 to hit you, Gregory. You take 11 points of piercing damage as the beak just right down into your chest. Again, trying to carve through the center of your chest and just extract your heart, it seems. The talons are also going to go. 16 to hit you.
No.
16 misses. Okay. So as the talons come down and try to just gouge into your chest yet again, he's unsuccessful. And he also takes off and flies away out of your reach fairly quickly. He also lands behind the rocks here, and you guys can no longer see him. You still got a visual on the massive one who's hovering about 60 feet above these cliffs, just looking down at you. But he's just staring like you guys are on the menu. That is going to be their turn, however. Stanny, you're up.
All right.
What are you doing?
Well, thing is that I can't really reach these fuckers. I can still see the big one, right?
You can still see the big one, yeah. He's quite high up. The other one looks like he flew behind a series of rocks and gave himself full cover. Does not want to get hit with another lightning bolt.
All right. I think I am going to take a couple of javelins.
Okay.
And yeet them at this dude. Is he within 30 feet?
No, he is within 60 feet. He is 60 feet up.
Oh,
Actually,
60 feet up.
technically, he's about 70 feet up because he was already hovering 10 feet and then flew his full 60 feet of movement.
Well, I'm gonna move a little closer then so that I can get within 60 feet.
Sure.
About 60 feet there.
No, he's 70 feet up. Like 70 feet
okay,
up.
so
There's
I
no
can't
way
get
you can get it within 60 feet at that point.
Darn.
Yeah.
Well, shit.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Pythagoras ain't working with you today, buddy.
How high up is this first cliff section here?
Oh, like easily 40 feet high.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you are like surrounded by basically sheer cliffs and mountains on either side. It's possible to climb it, but it is like it will actively take effort and probably climbing gear to do so safely. What do you want to do?
I want to try and like taunt it to come and attack me. Gonna like ride around on my horse and just say, "What, are you too afraid that you think we can't get it?"
Hey, shitbird.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm going to
Hold
my.
They're kind of intelligent. It's not really. You don't like. Okay, how am I going to rule that? Let's say roll me an intimidation check.
Okay.
Piss off the birds. It's what Alfred Hitchcock was warning us about.
15.
Okay. You gather it hears you. You don't know if it's going to react to it in any particular way.
And I'm just gonna hold. I'm gonna hold the dead for if it gets feet, or the other one that went out of cover.
You gonna hold the spell? Cool.
Yep.
Okay, easy peasy. Gregory, you're up. Again, you see the one creature kind of hovering above, just flapping its weird mix. What's up?
So you guys see, if you're looking at Stanislav, you haven't really seen this before. He kind of like does a little like incantation thing with his hands, and this very pure white light just kind of appears in his palms.
Ooh.
Different than the gold light you've seen of his normal casting.
Sounds good.
Pretty.
All right.
Shit. Shit. I'm looking at it. I was trying to find that bird that went behind the rock and just.
Yeah, you do not have line of sight on him. You're at the bottom of like a 30-foot sheer cliff looking straight up, and he went past it and then down. So you have no idea where he got off to.
Damn it. Okay. Fuck. And I look up and I see that other bird and I'm just like, oh, well, okay. I open up the box and you just see the little computer screens kind of bloop, 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 bloop. And then out of the box comes a little pink gaming chair and a little gray blob's hand just points. And I'm going to cast it at 5th level. That's going to be
5th level at the big guy?
7. Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to be...
And that is what spell? Magic Missile?
Magic Missile.
Yeah,
Magic Missile.
Magic Missile gamer. I love it.
A magic missile in a gamer chair. He's ready to fuck. There we go. I gotta remember that it's +1 for every dart. I never
at
remember
level
that.
5, this is like HIMARS artillery rocket strike, not magic missile.
Oof,
Oh, yeah.
Rough. That's a rough roll.
Yes.
Sucks.
It's
So what is
not
it?
terrible. I
As
got
you-
2 4s.
You all notice this weird chair-like thing kind of appear out of the box. It's very, very intricately designed. Got some cool racing stripes on it or something.
Yes.
And it just unleashes this barrage of twisting, twirling, arcane, purplish blue missiles that are twisting, very Gundam-like, just kind of twisting over each other. And
Yes.
just begin exploding and just like kind of just whipping this creature around like a la Tropic Thunder a little bit. But he maintains his flight and he kind of looks down at you and there's a noticeable rage in his eye. He's looking a little rough. He's got a couple bald patches on him now where the feathers aren't there anymore.
Scar-faced.
But he's still alive and looks like he's feeling pretty feisty. Yeah.
I just you just hear the shut down sound of a Windows dee as I close the box.
Okay, cool. Shutdown sound. Fair enough. Mantuka, you're up. What are you gonna do?
How far is he like in height from
70.
me? Like
Based on your height, you being about 10 feet tall or 8 feet, 9 feet tall. He's about 60 feet above you. He's 70 feet up total. So adding your height
And
into
these are-
that.
And these are like 40 feet cliffs or whatever?
Yep. The one on the left is about 40 feet high. The one on the right is about
Fuck him.
30 feet high. It's almost like it's fun to not let the melee people smash everything all the time.
Hulk smash.
I'm gonna toss my halberd on my back, and I'm gonna grab my fucking jazz tiara. Oh, scorching ray!
Yes.
You'll watch Mantuka
Magic
just
Minotaur.
sheath his fucking halberd, put both fingers to his temple.
17 to hit.
Weirdly, that'll do it. This kind of weirdly beautiful tiara begins to just glow bright red, and then a scorching ray shoots out. I believe you get 3 of them, right?
Who is she?
I'm pretty sure the scorching ray spell is 3 scorching rays.
I think
Sweet.
right.
Yeah, so you get to
Okay,
make 3
so
attacks. First
7
one
on
hits,
the
7
first.
damage to the big guy. He's still kicking. 16 just hits as well. Yep. Go ahead
For
and roll.
5.
Okay, still going. He's definitely looking
And-
bloody now at this point. Like,
Oh, no.
that one does miss, unfortunately. The last ray just shoots off into the darkness, kind of lighting up the cliff sides around it, revealing these creatures. This is the first time any of you seeing them in the light. Speaking of which, Gregory, you do not have dark vision, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct.
So any ranged attack you're going to make is at disadvantage. Stanislav, you too, technically.
Okay, and none of them have been to hit,
It's
so that's
nighttime.
fine.
It's pitch black and there's no light. You're still in dim light. Range attacks are at disadvantage in dim light. So,
Good thing.
Gregory, you can barely see
Well, the
shit
dead
all.
is a
Like,
saving
you hear
throw.
sounds and you move and you can kind of direct your spells based on that. But visually, you don't see a lot. However, as the scorching rays shoot up the cliffside, you notice this large, weird, half stag, half kind of eagle-like creature. Anyone who wants to can roll me a nature check to figure out what the fuck these might be.
Oh, yeah.
Do-do-do-do.
I wanna know. Can you show me?
Yeah, it has the body and wings of a bird of prey with the head of a
Jesus.
stag. Wow. Okay. You guys suck. Mantuka, you're
The
familiar
body
with
of
these.
a rabbit.
You get these an awful lot on the island from where you come, like from where you hail, from whence you come. These are peritons.
Shithawks.
These are strange monstrosity creatures that are half stag, half bird of prey. But the weirdest thing about them is their shadows. And you would all notice this as the scorching rays blast, you notice their shadow, or the shadow briefly against the wall. It's humanoid. It does not look like a weird
Hate it.
winged creature or a stag of any kind. It has like almost a humanoid shadow.
No.
It's really, really weird. I'm gonna say none of you rolled high enough to know why that is, but Mantuka, you definitely recognize they have a weird humanoid shadow. You're not sure why that happens or why that exists that way. You're familiar with the creature enough that you know they are vicious, vicious hunters whose reproductive cycle depends on a heart. So before the woman can even reproduce or lay eggs, she needs to devour a humanoid heart. So,
Oh Lord.
Sexy time!
Yeah,
She's
men
horny!
oh god.
Protect your penis and your hearts!
Protect your penis and your wow. I could take that advice for every
Merch.
relationship I've ever been in, baby. Let's go. Anyway, thank you for swinging in, Spicer. We appreciate you. So yeah, that's these creatures. The peritons definitely seems like they're trying to get the heart out of one of you to potentially deal with some mating
Have
stuff.
sex with the other ones of us!
Oh
Yeah.
my God, no.
All right, so
Terrifying.
I hope it wants to mate with me.
I would make wonderful bird shithawks.
fair. So it is going to fly its full movement speed straight down towards you, Mantuka, just barely getting into the attack range it needs to be. And
Struggle, snuggle!
it is going to make a gore attack. Natural 1. Okay, Chris, you're muted again.
Does it come within the
Yep.
feet?
So as it's flying down, you get to release your Toll the Dead. Go ahead and do
So
that real quick.
It makes a wisdom save.
Okay. Wisdom save. 18.
Succeeds. Nothing happens.
Nothing happens, so it just flies out. Ah! It's this weird, howling, screeching sound. Mantuka, it rolls a natural 1 on its attack. So it just like, as it's like dive bombing towards you, you step out of the way and it just smashes into the ground. It kind of has to recover on its feet. It's not prone or anything, but you do have advantage against it on your next strike because that's how we rule ones in combat. Is basically a critical failure leads to like an opening in your defenses. It is going to quickly try to make a quick talon attack at you and hit a 23, however, with that.
Stupid bird! Yep.
Okay, you take
That's it.
8 points piercing, half to 4 because you're raging. You're still looking pretty good, I take it, after this. And it kind of like re-steadies itself. There's not a lot of room for shit, so I'm just going to have basically it landed right here. Cool? Sound good?
I'm looking
Got it.
fine, just emotionally scarred by this bird.
That'll be its entire turn.
I'm going to mount it.
This guy is not up as high. He's only about 30 feet up and towards the edge of the cliff. So he... okay, he's going to use his entire movement. He has 60 feet. He's going to fly that way. Fucking, I would just want to rotate it. Let me rotate the thing.
Baby Gregory, let's make you a pet.
Gregory, you notice it flying at you, but this time, as opposed to just directly attacking you, it flies in a straight line. You see those talons kind of curve up as they make their way towards your shoulders. He's going to make a grapple check against you. So acrobatics or athletics to escape from it.
Oh, acrobatics.
It's not high. It's not. You don't.
Gregory.
You don't need to be high. I rolled so bad. 22. Oh,
Gymnast.
I'm so sad.
Jeremy Sharapova.
Okay, so he flies down and attempts to grapple you, like literally attempts to dig the
backflip
claws into your thing and fly away with you. As you do, you kind of just step out of the way, and he ends up just flying past you and hucking past. So he's now about 10 feet out of your range and on the other side of you, flying with his back to you. Do with that what you will.
Fabulous.
That sucks. Stanny, you're up. The creatures are looking a little rougher. The smaller one more so than the big one. Big one still looks like he's got some fight in him. It is now pretty clear to you that like it is actively trying to deter or to take away Gregory. Like it actively just tried to grab Gregory and fly away with him.
Like a baby at the park.
Kind of. Yeah.
Can I do this?
It needs to be consensual.
Unfortunately, the feasting of your heart does not need to be consensual. Do you want to flank where?
Like, do you see the lines that I have on there? Can I do that with movement?
There's like a rocky thing there, so it's kind of hard. That's supposed to be more or less closed off from it.
That's fine.
I'd say you could move through it at difficult terrain and use half movement to kind of shimmy over it, but it's definitely more or less blocked off.
Okay, that's fine. I will... How much movement? Cash. Because I'm on a cash. He probably just would not be able to squeeze it at all, right?
Oh, no, 100% not.
Okay.
Definitely not possible.
In that case, I will come over here and have a swipe at the little dude.
Okay, easily done. He is flying. He's not high enough up that you can't reach him.
Yeah, I'm also on a very large warhol.
Yeah, so he's about 10 feet up. So you're on the back of your horse. So you're pretty much as tall as he is. Go ahead and make your attack. 25 hits. 25 hits.
I'm gonna drop a first level smite into it.
Yeah, you are. Okay, so 11. Okay, it's still alive, but barely. The smite might do it. What do you got?
All right. 11
that
as
does
well.
Okay, so as you just slam down into it with the great axe, you get the hit and you notice that it doesn't quite do it. And then how does your smite manifest? You've now recently become a new man, a little bit of a new paladin. You changed up your oath a little bit and actually found a faith. So what does that look like?
So instead of just a like flash of gold energy like it has been previously, a spectral like white fist manifests above the sword and comes down with a giant punch as the sword
just
comes down.
Punches the axe further into this creature's body, basically.
It's a big like arm, like gauntlet.
It is literally
like an armor.
It is the armored
armor,
gauntlet of Torm. It is straight up Torm sigil. I love it. What a beautiful visual that is. Okay, it is fucking
comes down and just fucking like pummels this thing into the dirt.
Yeah, as it just slams down into it, the bird automatically like descends 10 feet and just crushes into the ground. The axe goes straight through and into the dirt, and the creature's just laying there, deceased. Its tongue kind of awkwardly hanging out of its mouth. It one's dead. The big guy kind of looks and lets out like a ear-shattering cry, like "Rah!" Something really fucked up sounding, and then
You're next.
Turns his attention again towards the lot of you.
I have another attack.
You do. How much of your movement did it take you to get there to there, though?
I don't know. How much of 60 feet of movement did that chew up?
You have 60.
On my
you're
horse.
on your horse. You are on your horse. Yeah. You're good. You're all set.
Yep.
Still deaf from the bees. Would that bird just stay?
Yeah, and then I'm gonna Stanislax will come down on this guy again.
Okay, go ahead and make your last attack.
21
That
to
hits.
hit.
Don't know if it'll do
And
it,
then
but he's
Stand
looking,
next slide.
This
he's
one
looking
is
okay.
getting this one is getting second level smited.
That might do it. We'll see. We'll fucking see. Oh no.
So here is 8 and then 15. A total of 23.
23 total. He's still kicking. Not a lot.
This time an even bigger
This-
spectral
yeah.
armor fist comes out and
Well, we were just fisting
Punches
people
him.
to death. I respect it. This time you slice down with the axe, and the hand appears and just boof, almost like almost like unnamed interns, like Robo Fist or Robo Palm, but it's just a closed fucking gauntlet. He is still standing. He does not look too happy. Gregory, your turn's up.
you have any
I think I'm just gonna go ahead. Do I see this? Has he been lit up with the power of God?
He briefly has a flash. You are still at disadvantage, technically. So you all should have been at disadvantage for the attacks, to be fair. But
I'm gonna go ahead and
it's dark.
I'm just like squinting over there, and I'm like looking, and I'm just like, no, enough of this. Open up the box, and same little boop 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 computer screens, and I'm like, you're a lot better at this than I am, buddy.
And magic missile at 4th level.
Okay, go ahead and roll your damage.
no roll required? Let's go, baby.
Yep, I'm like, if I can just take out
You
the
can't go
whole
wrong with
aiming
magic
thing,
missile. Yeah, no, you really can't go wrong.
just rely on my gamer.
The pro gamer instincts. Let's go.
Come on, gamer.
Come on, buddy. You got this.
Hey,
Go ahead and describe your kill for me, please.
fan-fabular frabtious. I'm gonna go ahead and just open the box. Same thing.
You just see little like motes of light that kind of bloop into little computer screens where you see the bird in every single screen, and you just see each one go straight between its eyes and then just turn into little beads of light, and then do 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 do, and they're all just gonna go straight for the nose, just do, 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 do.
You guys
Until
watch.
it's
It's
a
like
crater.
the first one hits, second one hits, third one hits, and by about the fourth, you just notice this indent in this creature's face. It has sunk in about an inch or two. By the end, there is basically just a caved-in section of this creature's face as it
After you-
collapses into the dirt.
You just hear that fizzle of the magic stop, the bird just spiraling down.
Like a little
And then
trail
you
of
just
steam coming out of it.
There's just silence, but do you hear Greg just kind of silently just stop it, he's already dead. Just closing the box.
All right. So, the group stands victorious. At this point, your traveling companions all kind of poke their head out of the cave in which you were staying. They handled that pretty good, didn't you?
Yeah, they tried to surprise us.
Yeah.
Didn't work very well.
They tend to do that. Maybe next time we have someone a little more observant on watch.
Oh, are you
help.
volunteering?
If it means we don't have to fight those things ever. Yeah, I volunteered.
To be fair, you didn't have to fight them.
I know. That's why you're
You
here.
did jack shit in that fight.
It's almost
were
like
gonna-
we brought muscle along specifically to handle things like this.
They were gonna be the second wave. It would have been, yeah.
Nope. If you had died, we would have run.
Oh, that's
You
probably
know what?
smart.
That's
What did I
fair.
say before the
Yeah.
journey started?
If it gets bad, run.
If it gets bad, run.
Yep.
May as well have it tattooed on my fucking forehead at this point.
That wasn't
That'd be
bad.
funny.
It could have been bad. Could have been bad. Trust me, I've seen these
Yeah.
things do some pretty scary shit. You did alright though.
They tried to take me. They tried to steal me.
Yeah, at
You
a certain
approached him
point,
like a ninja.
I think they realize it's easier to just take the smallest person than it is to actively carve the hearts from our chest.
It's actually, you know what? Nature really does develop the best way to do things.
You're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Well, at that point, you guys haven't been successful. We're going to call it a night and continue this last little leg before our break next Monday, and then we'll be off for 2 to 3 weeks while I prep the next session, deal with the move, and everything. This is a fun little combat. Just get in there. You guys rolled so fucking bad.
Birds.
So bad on your perception checks. Holy shit. So for fun fact, the reason they have humanoid shadows is speculated is because these were some kind of people who were cursed at one point in their life. The only time the shadow actually matches the creature is after they eat a heart.
If Stanislav had
That's-
known that, he would have tried to cast Remove Curse on one of them.
It doesn't work like that. they're not cursed humans
Oh,
anymore. That
Still
might
wanna
have just
try.
been their origins. But I appreciate where your head's at. So everybody, we will. I will be back tomorrow. I'm gonna drive back over here to stream a little more, and then I'll be doing some Thursday stuff. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing because the Xbox is all set up over there, so I'll be figuring it out on the fly, baby. Anyway, that'll be it for today. These have been my friends. I've been Rusty. Y'all have been awesome, and we'll catch you next time for
Love
some more
you.
D&D. Bye.
Bye.